Hi. God, it feels like I haven't talked down the lens of a camera for so long. I'm also in Sydney in Australia, and I've left doing this video until the last day. Like literally around me is all my cases. I'm packing, but I said to myself that I was going to film this video while I was here in Sydney, my happy place, and how I wanted to end all the, the bullshit that happened to me last year and conquer that fear and just get back into doing what I love doing, which is creating, I think, fun content for you. I'm also a bit squinty, aren't I? This is not going to be good for the frown lines at all. So, where do we... I'm so nervous, I need to see if this is recording. It is. It is. Great. Great. God, look. That, you can totally tell that I haven't YouTube for ages. I'll just have a little sip. Also, at some point, Bettina and Agnetha, the cleaners, may come in because I have a checkout at 10 AM. My flight's not till 10 PM. I emailed and said, please, can I have a late checkout? No one's come back to me, so I'm half expecting a little knock on the door being like, morning! And I'll be like, oh, hello! Just YouTubing, don't mind me. So, let's get down to it, shall we? Oh, I'm going to tell you what happened to me in Manchester. If you haven't seen my Instagram post, or you haven't seen any of that, I was a victim of homophobic physical abuse, and I couldn't YouTube since. This is the final thing, the final hurdle that I've had to get over. But I'll tell you the story and then we'll go through it, and then at least you know, and then at least I've told it, and then no one has to speak of it ever again. Or it could be made into a motion picture, who knows. So I was out in Manchester, which is a city in the north of England, where I went to university. I was with two of my uni friends. We were on Canal Street and we went to a gay bar. And I was dancing with my girls and the bar was pretty empty and I felt a tap on my shoulder. I turned around and there were two guys there who, judging by their shoes, were definitely straight. And one of them grabbed me by the throat, lifted me up, and then he smacked me in the head, so he smacked me here. And then threw me on the floor, and him and his friend repeatedly kicked me over and over and over again. I hit my temples pretty hard, so I was kind of like, whoa, knocked out a bit. My friends were screaming, and then they ran off, and then I got up, was just all kind of in shock. And we left the bar. I reported it to the bouncer, who was like, there is places you can go, you're going to be okay, believe me, you're going to be okay, like touching my arm and all of this. I was like, Keith, I am flattered that you are hitting on me, but there is a time and a place, and usually I would welcome this kind of, discussions because it's quite rare that it happens. But no, not today. No. So I reported it all to the bouncer, and then, yeah, the next day, woke up in the morning and just felt a little bit like my head was swollen, and in hindsight, I was in shock. My friends kept saying, are you okay, Jules, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine, these things happen. And when I was younger, it happened quite a few times. Like, one guy spat on me for being gay in the street. Another guy smacked me in the head because I went to private school. Like, stupid stuff. But that was... that was before... I mean, that was like when? In the noughties, when homophobia and prejudice was like all over the place. Now that we have YouTube and social media, people are exposed to all sorts, all the time, and it's great. But back then it wasn't like that. So... But part of me was like, yeah, that's totally fine. This still happens, obviously. Like, homophobic abuse still happens, abuse still happens. And then as time went on, I was like, ugh, abuse doesn't happen. And I don't think I am okay. So it was actually when I reported it to the police and then told one of my best friends, who's older than me, what had happened, and their reaction of shock and disgust made me realise that actually what had happened to me is really serious. And then when I told colleagues, and they were like, you need to take time off, you need to, and I was like, oh fuck, like this is actually really serious, this is happening to me, this, you know, you don't think that you're gonna be, you know, attacked, you never think anything's like that, but I was in shock, I was in a complete state of shock. So I had life coaching. I was lucky enough to have 2 life coaches that helped me out. And they really helped me address that, you know, they said I was in a really like lovely state of euphoria. I was with my friends, I was in a safe place, and somebody came in and physically abused me and assaulted me, and that shock is not something that I'm going to get over very easily. So as the week went on and I kept having these like sessions, I started to just completely break down. It sounds really weird, but like I couldn't take a selfie because I'd just get so sad at how sad I looked. I just kept crying at random times. I had to always have the shower on super, super hot. I just could not get warm. Like I'd stand in the shower for like 10 minutes and it was boiling hot, and I'd just stand there and it was doing nothing to me. And then, you know, you feel quite afraid. I felt alone. I felt that everything that would make me jump, I didn't feel safe. I just didn't really want to leave the house. And one of my friends who's a life coach, I'm going to put the link to her in the box below for sure. She said to me, she said, you know, you have to go all the way down to rock bottom to then come back up and out. And she said, you have to let your body and let your mind take everything that you want in this situation. You have to let go and give into almost like second nature. So I went back to, I knew I didn't want to be in London, I knew I didn't want to be in the city, so I went back to my parents' house and told my mum in the kitchen, and had a big cry on the kitchen floor. I felt embarrassed, I felt ashamed, I felt upset for her, because I think she knew that things happened to me as a kid, but not now. And then I just couldn't really get out of bed, I couldn't really like focus, I was just like, oh my god. And this is all over the space of like that first week. But I'm freelance, and so as a freelancer, if I'm taking time off, I'm not getting paid, I'm not earning any money, I'm not paying my rent, I'm not paying my bills. So the added stress on top of that was, in one retrospect it was awful, but in another retrospect it was a driver for me to get back out there and do it. Sarah and I also had a presenting job on, and my agent was like, you can cancel if you want, you don't have to do it. And I said, no, I really want to do this, I really want to do that job. So I did, I had no choice. But on the run up to that, I knew that I wanted to be in the countryside. It's funny what you revert to when you're going through times of true sadness and fear. I every day was doing like 20k walks. I just wanted to be outdoors, I just wanted to be in the fresh air, and I felt like nature was really healing me. And in a really, really weird sense, I felt like I really connected with myself in terms of what I want from life and what makes me happy and what I need to feed my soul almost. And after that, you know, I moved back to London. I had to just do that presenting job. I had to keep working, get myself back into it. I allowed myself that week off, but I knew there were things like YouTubing that I just couldn't do. I couldn't do it. It wasn't like the podcast where I have Sarah to help me do that. It wasn't like doing a presenting job. It wasn't like when you're in meetings and you've got someone else to lean on. I just couldn't physically get myself to talk to a camera. And I did a few videos before, and I went to edit them and I was like, I can't do this. I look so sad, I look miserable. But, you know, it's taken some time. I went to New York, did yoga, been doing yoga in New York. My friend massively helped me with friends. It's amazing who comes forward, actually, when something like that happens. Like, I had friends send me paintings, I had friends send me flowers, I had friends send me beautiful cards in the post that I didn't think were the kind of people to do that, and I also didn't think that I was as close to them as, you know, my other friends who I'm really close with. But it's, if you ever are around someone who is going through trauma, I'm telling you, anything you do massively helps. Like a card, flowers, a text message, meeting up for a drink, just being like, are you okay? Because half the time they're not okay. But you know what is okay? Is not being okay. It's totally fine, and your friends will be there to support you. So yeah. There we go. That's why I had to take time out. That's why I had to just take a little sidestep. What, has anything changed about me since? Yeah, I definitely don't go out as much anymore. I think I was, even in my head before, I was like, I'm so over going out. I'm so over going to bars. Like, it's just the same old shit. And that for me, obviously with the trauma I could say, you know, I don't want to go out. I don't want to be going out. And then I realized that I actually don't want to go out. I still have like I've had a minor freak out in a bar recently, which is, you know, it's totally normal, it's totally acceptable. I've also realised that I really want to live back in the countryside or by the coast, and I'm just going to keep feeding what makes me happy. I'm just going to keep doing what makes me happy. And in life, it's not about anyone else, it's about me and what do I need that makes me happy. And randomly, like, I met my boyfriend when I wasn't YouTubing, when I wasn't really happy, and I believe that fate just brought him into my life at the right time, and he's just so, I think you truly, I don't know, I feel like I truly realised what I need from a partner, and it's support, it's constant support, and having to go through trauma on my own, yes I have my friends, yes I have my family, but you know, you don't have that partner, was tough. And it's definitely built me into being a tougher person. But yeah, funny how life then chucks you a little favour after something really fucking shit happens. So, there we go. I've done it. I've done this video, thank God. And hopefully I can start vlogging again. I really fucking miss vlogging. I had so much fun, and then it's been nice because you've been DMing me on Instagram and commenting on pictures and just saying, why aren't you vlogging anymore? I miss them. And I just wanted to write back and be like, because I'm going through fucking trauma. But obviously, like, I didn't, and I'm glad you did because it spurred me on to do more of these. Am I gonna have time to do videos like every week, twice a week? I don't know, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. But you will see why, because shit's gonna get real busy. And you'll all know about this probably within a month or two of why I've been so busy. But thanks for watching. Like, I don't want to stop talking, but I'm sure you're probably like, oh, got it. Okay, we've got it. I'm gonna like come back with more positive, but I'm gonna be real as well. Let's be real. Let's like, I don't even know what I'm talking about now. If there are videos that you kind of want me to talk about, or talk about subjects, or talk about, I really like doing the Uncle Jules videos, how to help you, all of that. But also, yeah, let's play around because I need some help getting back into this as much as you do. I'll still do beauty videos, but you know, there's more to life than a concealer. I think we should investigate a few more things. So yeah, sorry it's been a while, but I'm not sorry because I need to take some time for me. I'm back in my happy place, Sydney, although I fly back to London tonight, but I'm okay. It's gonna be okay. There is a positive in every negative, and for the negative that happened to me, the positive is I'm stronger, I'm feeding my own happy, I'm learning how to be much more selfish, and I think I am the happiest now that I've ever been. So, and the only way I can recognise that is because I had to be taken all the way down to the bottom. So there you go. I love you. If you're even still here watching these videos, thank you for supporting me, and I hope that this video, whilst being riddled with the plague, has given you an insight of why I needed to take some time out, but also made you realise, always be positive. There's no point being negative. Okay, I will see you in my next video. Bye!